Sam Houston Bearcats taking on the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Louisiana Tech will kick it off and will be underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So Sam Houston State's offense will have the football first. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work out. So Louisiana Tech's offense has its first opportunity of the day. The age of the game-breaking tight end is here, Jesse, and we have another guy who's threatening to redefine this position.
Yeah, we've seen over the years now the evolution of the tight end position, right? It's not just blocking and catching passes. They're getting involved now in the running game. We're seeing tight ends even throw the football, David. This guy can do it all.
And why is that so difficult? Because as a defender, what do I want to play you as? Do I want to play you with an extra linebacker on the field, or do I bring in a DB? And either way, I can be wrong. The big, strong bodies that can also be receivers and also block, they make the game easy.
From here, it would just be a 30-yard field goal try. Let's see how aggressive they're going to be to try to pick up that first down. Quickly complete. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. Oh, it's blocked! He's going to scoop it up! The 40, the 30, the 10. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Sam Houston! Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd.
7, Louisiana Tech, 0.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Louisiana Tech has it back, and the offense comes out ready to go to work. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. They'll run the RPO and throw it right all the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move. Back to throw, it's Baker. Grabbed over the middle, it's Gandy. Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the first down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. The Bulldogs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll run play action. Scrambling away. Ball is loose. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
And this QB has the ability to make huge plays and scramble around and do things off schedule. But that time he coughed it up. Did a great job getting outside the pocket, but the defense closed in, forced the fumble, recovered it. Great job by the defense.
The give to the tailback. Find some fresh air. Oh, he's got some space. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Bearcats.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Number 49, set to kick it off.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Louisiana Tech offense back onto the field. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. And it's an incomplete pass over the middle. Let's take a second to think about Louisiana Tech. It can be a little bit tricky to balance that high school recruiting, transfer portal recruiting for some of the non-traditional powers. But when they're grabbing linebackers like this guy, you know they're doing the right thing.
Absolutely, and there's nothing tricky about that, right? Like, recruiting high school players is essential. Transfer portal is good to supplement, but getting a guy like this that can run at the linebacker spot, it can upgrade your roster immediately.
He's got it on the left. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. And the Bulldogs will snap it on 1st and 10. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Trying to pound their way forward. He picks up a couple to the 31. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. To the air, it's Baker. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. He's looking to pass. A little release to the back. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. Now the lead is down to 11.
And that's a nice job by this kicker bouncing back. Last field goal gets blocked. Don't worry about it. Get that thing up in the air. Long field goals sometimes are low, but he drives the ball way up in the air and drives it through the uprights.
The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. They've come out red hot already with a 14-3 lead. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Quarterback strolling away from heat. On the run, deep down the right side. He fires back across the field, and it's intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. And now this offense will take the field again. Caught in the backfield, it's Jackson. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Off the play fake. Floats it out in space. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. The Bulldogs are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. To the air, it's Baker. Unloads to the right. He's got it. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. A 1st down run on the doorstep. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Looking to fire. Caught in the backfield, it's Finley. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Jackson. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. Might want to muster up that protection. They had one blocked earlier. That's the end of the period, and Sam Houston has the lead. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. And to open the second quarter, they'll start with a field goal try. And this one shouldn't be too taxing, a 23-yard try. Absolutely perfect. That'll make it a one-possession game. The lead is 8.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snapped, he's coming downhill, doing a good job creating the loss. That linebacker really knew what was going on.
It'll be 3rd and long. Oh, they're after him. Grabs it in the middle. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective. And the Bearcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Grab behind the line. It's Humphreys. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line. Good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Looking for a man, it's Watson. Throws toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. The Bearcats come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Bring in the heat. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Under fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. Another incompletion on 3rd down. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. And there is a degree of difficulty with this one, a 47-yarder from the right hash. It's good, easy call for the refs. And that lead grows even bigger.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Louisiana Tech has it back, and the offense comes out ready to go to work. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you've just simply got to make them.
And the Bulldogs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Quarterback on the keeper. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. Back to pass. It's Baker. He lost one down the sideline. Snags it on the right. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down. Looking to throw on first down. Pass pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. The Bulldogs now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. To the air on second down. Trying to escape and get it himself. Short gain on the play before he slides. Ball spotted at the 27. They're facing a third and long to try to keep their hopes of a touchdown alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. He makes a grab. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. Louisiana Tech is really moving the football. Pulls it in. And he was pushing for that goal line, but the D stopped him at the 2. The pass play they hoped would spread the defense out, create a one-on-one opportunity, but they were equal to the challenge.
Yeah, and that's a play the receiver would love to have back. It looked for a second like he might be able to break that tackle and score a touchdown. Just wasn't able to get it done.
Third down has been right in the wheelhouse for this offense. 2 for 2 on this drive and scores on the sneak.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this in the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive.
Louisiana Tech, 13.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive,
We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth the chance to have another look. So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. Rushes on him. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And the Bearcats send out the punt unit. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. He'll field the punt. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. That's caught. It's Wilkerson. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. They'll line up for a second down play. The give to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Whistle blows, and this is the 2-minute timeout, and these guys have a chance to take the lead before halftime. And the Bulldogs are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. Louisiana Tech will have to punt. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Dropping back, it's Watson. Fires to the wideout. Can't hold on. He had him right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Pressure coming. Gets it to him on the screen. There he goes. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's see if they decide to punt it. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Louisiana Tech.
They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Trying to burn this defensive back. Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Showing off the arms. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds at the 34.
And that's a missed opportunity by the defense, because if this quarterback is going to decide to run the ball, you have got to make him pay. You at least have to hit him and put him on the ground. I know they didn't give up a big, long, explosive run, but you got to get shots on this guy when you can. That time, they let him get out of bounds.
Makes the tackle right at the 28-yard line. Pick up a 5, and they'll move the sticks. Now on the move at the 28-yard line on first down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Dropping back, it's Watson. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Got it in the middle. It's Porter. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Caught in the backfield. It's Porter. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. They'll immediately call timeout. One for 2 on 4th down attempts so far, and we will get a 3rd attempt here. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. Out of the gun, the give to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, after seeing that, sign me up for another 2 quarters there in Ruston. And it's been an absolute clinic in fundamental defensive football so far. A total standoff with both teams refusing to give an inch. And I know this new era of football is about chucking it all over the yard and just outscoring the other team. But this game is a throwback, and to be honest, it's refreshing. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at the Joe in Lincoln Parish.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. The Bearcats will kick it away to crank up the second half. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Here comes the Louisiana Tech offense back onto the field. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football, Palmer, out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Dropping back, it's Baker. Blasted as he lets it go. And it's incomplete on 3rd down. Louisiana Tech will have to punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, you wonder that time if the QB was just forcing that one over to his running back. He's already made some catches in this game. The defense is aware of that, though, and that time they had outstanding coverage. There was no way that was going to be complete.
Oh, he drops it right down the middle of the field, and he couldn't make the play. A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long, this one from the 44. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The Bearcats will punt this one away. Books it all the way in and now turns his attention upfield. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Louisiana Tech has it back and the offense comes out ready to go to work. They didn't get much done the last time they had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a 1st down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Pass rush coming after the quarterback and they get him at the 32. The Bulldogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Back to pass, it's Baker. Finds the tight end.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. Louisiana Tech will have to punt.
Now, 4th down.
He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down. New set of downs after the completion. Finds his tight end. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there. 2nd down coming up. Quarterback making adjustments. Back to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. And the Bearcats line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Touch pass on the run. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the 1st down at the 34-yard line. The Bearcats are on the move. Just keeps slinging it. Hit as he throws. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Got some room to run. The 20. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Louisiana Tech.
And we're going to talk about the guy who caught that and then turned it for the touchdown. But how about the pressure on the quarterback? You've got to get ways to be physical with him and make him uncomfortable. Nice job hitting him as he's throwing with the football. And then, obviously, the interception and 6 points.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Leaves it with the back. Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for 2 out to the 26. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Trying play action. Going to try to get it himself. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the 1st down, and he slides in safely. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. rides the back and leaves it. Breaks into the open. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30. And the Bearcats come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Under fire. Slings it downfield. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? They'll leave it with him. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It will be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. He's going to have to get into this one a little bit from 47 yards away. He's got it, showing off that big leg from 47 yards out.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to pass. It's Baker. Gets open down the middle. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
All right, this quarterback is going to have to start playing with a clock going off in his head. He knows he cannot hold on to the football too long with players like that getting after him.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Louisiana Tech will have to punt. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. He'll take it on the return. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. First play of the drive comes from the 41. They'll go to the ground. Hard running there. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Wants to go up top. Dances away to buy time. Finds a man by himself. They make the tackle, but not before he finishes off this 3rd period with a big play. They fought tooth and nail through 3, and it is all locked up as we take a look at the stats. We've swapped sides of the field, and we are ready for the finish as the 4th quarter gets underway. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. Give to the back. Not a whole lot of room as he gets a couple inside the 30 to the 29.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. The Bearcats are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. To the air, it's Watson. Tight end finds a soft spot. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. And the Bearcats are flying down the field. Got enough space. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run. And the offense is so close to the go-ahead score, they can smell it here in the 4th quarter. He'll set up to throw. And it's intercepted. Oh, what a big play in a tie game. Quick step and go. Tie game, 4th quarter. You get it in the red zone, and then to have a mistake like that is devastating.
Oh, this quarterback is the leader of this this team, he's expected to make better decisions than that. You just cannot have your leader and your quarterback go out and be careless with the football, with the game on the line late in that kind of situation.
He'll do it himself. Turning it on. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. Offense working from the pistol. Leaves it with the running back. Knocked down after a gain of 1 to the 27. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Here's a hit. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Now he's going to send this one deep to the right. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with this foot. Field goal is good. And they go back on top. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Conference USA action right now, fellas. Wait till you see how things are playing out. Kennesaw State has the lead right now, but this crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. They're up by 7 over UTEP. We'll keep you updated as this one goes forward in a game that could shake up the season. race significantly.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Rides the back on the option to give. He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Quarterback may change this route. Looking to throw, it's Watson. Caught close to the marker, it's Black. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Good job by the receiver there, not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
Hand off from the shotgun. He picks up 4. That'll leave them with 3rd and 6.
Well, they're going on. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. Caught behind the line. It's Porter. He stopped right there, short of the first down, and this defense trying to preserve the lead.
Man, this defense just has so much speed. You saw it on that 3rd down play. The offense is trying to get a quick one, see if they can get a block and maybe spring a guy free. The pursuit, wow, that was so good defensively.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. Got a little space.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles. And, you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's just, it's so hard to defend.
They want that clock to run. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Oh, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. You got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. Runs for the tackle. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. We've got a timeout on the field, a tight game in the 4th, and the Brain Trust will go to work. To throw, it's Baker. He'll take a shot. Pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Absolutely perfect. And now it'll take a touchdown to at least tie them a 6-point lead here in the 4th.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Back to pass. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
And this is a big 3rd down for this offense, man. I'm really interested to see how they attack. Because this defense, you can tell, man, they're going to continue to play aggressive. Late in the football game, they want to get a stop, get the ball back to their offense. A good chess match going on right now.
Deep into the 4th of this game. Down by 6, they'll have to go for it on 4th down. Now the play fake. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Trying to make magic with his feet. Couldn't find any more room up the sideline, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 36. The Bearcats will line it up on 1st and 10. The offense changing the play. Looking for a man. It's Watson. Gets it out fast. Nice pickup there. Gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Wants to throw on 1st down. Working that left side now. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down. The Bearcats headed quickly to the line. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
And I love the personnel group that the defense is in right now. With the lead late in a 2-minute situation, you're seeing extra DBs on the field. You know the offense is going to try and throw the football. So faster guys, good job that time getting to the ball, knocking it away, forcing the incompletion. You stay in this personnel grouping if you're on defense.
They were really starting to put a drive together, but after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's the pressure. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. Timeout called by the offense. 29 seconds left on the clock. It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. Makes a grab past the marker. That'll be enough for the 1st down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line. Timeout called by the offense. 24 seconds left on the clock. Making side adjustments here. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. He's got it. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. And they're looking for a 4th quarter lead, and they'll need a touchdown to do it. 1st and goal. He wants it all. He gets it in. Touchdown, Bearcats.
Well, you can't do it better than that, guys. Getting the touchdown with just seconds to go. The extra point will now give them the lead. Maybe time for a kickoff and one more play. If they can just hang on for 2 more plays after this extra point, they're going to win this game.
He'll take a knee as a touchback, save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to throw. It's Baker. Throws to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Jackson. They get the timeout call with 7 seconds left on the clock. This offense lining up now at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Deep shot for the end zone. And it's incomplete, and the final drive comes up empty, and the ball game is over. You want to talk about building confidence? Coming through with clutch plays, making the winning plays at the right time can really set the course for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Reese, maturity and experience matters, and this team has guys that have played a lot of snaps. They've seen a lot of looks, and they've lost close games like this in the past. That wasn't the case today, David. Too many guys out there making big-time plays.
And I think belief is what you build. That confidence, you know you're going to win. You don't think you're going to win. You know you're going to make that play in the big moment that continues to build on week-to-week success, and you look up and you're like, dang, we strung a couple wins together.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.